Hey everybody, welcome to the Blothers podcast. My name is Gor Arieli.
And I'm Jacob Shanker. On this special episode, we have our very good friend Ben. So, welcome to the podcast, Ben.
Thank you very much. I hope you're doing all right. So today, we'll speak about the Premier League. The football season starts in like a week and a half, and it's time to really look at the squads and how they've been doing. And today, we are also going to predict our own table. So that's going to be very interesting.
Okay, so for my fifth place team, I think it's really hard to say because there are a lot of good teams, and I do feel like there are teams who I'd want to finish fifth, and then others who deserve to finish fifth. I think that I think Liverpool are going to finish fifth, or no, I mean Leicester. Leicester are going to finish fifth, in my opinion.
Leicester, yeah.
Leicester with James Madison maybe going out, definitely going to leave a hole in their midfield. I do feel like Soyuncu at center back is inconsistent at times. Like 2 years ago, he had a great season, but then last season he wasn't really that notable. I feel like he's gonna. I don't know how he's gonna play. I don't know how their whole back line is gonna play. So I feel like they're gonna finish fifth and not any higher.
Yeah, it's a very sensible prediction because it's my prediction too. Leicester City have been a very good side for last few seasons. Brendan Rodgers is a top manager, and last year they won the FA Cup. It was like great for them. Jamie Vardy is a fantastic striker. Madison if he stays, and Didi Sumari. Patson Daka is signed a deal with them now, so they
Can't
could really
forget
keep
about
that.
you have Tielemans also. I love him.
Yeah, Tielemans
He's
is
a
a
great
fantastic
midfielder.
player.
Yeah.
He's a fantastic player with Tielemans, and yeah, fifth is like they deserve fifth. I don't think they go higher than that, and I don't think they should go lower than that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I also had Leicester City making it to the fifth. I mean, once we get to pretty much the higher up in the rankings, it becomes easier to pretty much figure out who's going to be, and it's going to be more or less the same with everybody. But yeah, I still think they're a great team. They have great offense, great scoring, good manager, and Brendan Rodgers. So I think it's just going to be a great season for the team.
Yeah, I definitely agree. I think Leicester are a great team. They have a great squad, balanced squad. They have Patson Daka, as Ben said, great player, fantastic striker.
Mm-hmm.
I see them finishing fifth, maybe even higher, depending on what my fourth place team is, on how they're gonna play. And speaking of my fourth place team, I have Liverpool.
I was right.
I feel like they haven't regained that magic that they had when they won that Champions League. I think Van Dijk is not going to come back well from his injury. As we saw in preseason, he was getting embarrassed.
He's also getting older.
I mean, he's not even that old. He's 30 years old, I think. Maybe even 29.
30 years.
32.
30 years old.
Van Dijk, he had that one good season where everyone said that he was the best center back ever. Definitely feel like he's a bit overrated, but at the same time, he's a solid player. They've made some quality signings. So I see them finishing fourth because I don't know how those signings are gonna pan out, and I don't know if they're gonna have the same injury worries that they did last year with basically every single center back that they had getting injured.
Yeah. So like, I'm gonna agree with you there. It's it could change. It could heavily change because the top four we've got left, I'm sure it's the same top four for all of us. And these four clubs are the biggest clubs in England. They are very good clubs, and some had fantastic transfer windows. Some will have fantastic transfer windows, and Liverpool are just they just don't have that. They've signed only one player so far, a very good player, but they need more than that. Especially when Jorginho Wijnaldum is left on a free. They're everything to suddenly get, but I don't know how could that work. And it's also up to the squad if the squad could stay fit, if the players could stay consistent. So far, they're very low in my power ranking, so for now, fourth sounds good for them. But as people saw in 2020, they could always surprise us.
Yeah. I mean, I also have Liverpool at fourth. I think that is definitely their ceiling. I don't think I could see them going any higher in that. I think definitely could see them going lower. And again, like I'm going to reemphasize it. It's really all about staying healthy because they had a ton of injuries last year, and they're going to have to go into the season trying to continue to stay healthy. And it's going to be very difficult. And also, what Ben was saying about how they really didn't acquire much this season. They didn't get any really new players, which is going to be very tough for them.
I mean, I think Kanate is a very good signing. I think he's a great player.
Fantastic.
Oh yeah, he's a good signing, but they didn't.
Great player.
But still, it's compared to like what you were saying before, how a lot of the teams got a lot of new players and great players, and they helped
Man,
their squad even more. And
like
Liverpool,
Man City are definitely going hard this transfer window. Chelsea and Man United are going hard, so you can't expect from them to finish higher when these clubs are signing players that are far better than league's level.
Yeah.
They've got to step up their game definitely. There's
Yep.
no excuses.
For my third place team, it's been very hard deciding between these two clubs. I mean, first, I think everybody knows who's gonna finish first. Um, yeah, it's not really that much of a competition. But second or third, it's either Chelsea or Man United. Obviously, as a United fan, I'd love for City to crash and burn and for United to win the whole thing. But I don't see that happening. I mean, City has such a great squad. But we'll get into that when we all say that City's going to win the league. For my third place team, I'm being hopeful here, and I'm going to say that the Champions League winners in Chelsea are going to finish third. I think that they have a great squad. But I think that with the signings that United made in Sancho and Varane incoming, that it's going to bolster their squad that much more. And that's why I don't see Chelsea getting past them.
Yeah, that's a bold guess because from what I've read today, Chelsea are about to get a new number 9, and that's a number 9 really likable.
It's
You love
Lukaku.
him. It's gonna be Lukaku, yes, and they will submit like a 120 million euros bid. That's gonna happen in the coming days. So him and Jules Koundé, if they sign both, it's gonna be very hard to clubs like City and Man United to keep track because City.
I mean, City, everybody knows City's going to do well. And it's become annoying because I don't like them. But with them probably signing Harry Kane, I don't like there's no competition for them.
angry
Like any of the players that they have in their starting 11 could start at pretty much every other team in the Prem and every other team in Europe.
That's true, but that's very true. But as you saw on the Champions League final, they played against Chelsea, and Pep's got that thing where he's overthinking. He's trying to unlock his tactics. It's not working. It could happen at any point of the season for him. It happened like that in 2020. It's happened to him like last season too. But fortunately for him, his competition wasn't real competition. I mean, you're talking about a club with a manager that plays like that without a manager. So you know what I'm talking about. You've heard me all. You're talking about Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. So definitely, and you never know which one of the two is gonna win it. I'm just gonna say that I think Man United are gonna finish third because of Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. They signed great players. They signed Sancho. They signed Varane. Paul Pogba might stay, might even extend his contract. But when you've got a manager like that can't balance his players, that can't decide on tactics, in-game managements, replacing players at a European final at the 100th minute. I don't think there's a title-winning team with a manager like that.
I don't think it's a title-winning manager. I think it's a title-winning team, but maybe not a
Yeah, it's a
title-winning manager.
title-winning
A
team
good
for
manager,
sure.
though.
Huh?
It's a good manager, though.
I mean, here's the thing. It's very 50-50 in who thinks that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is a good manager. I personally, I don't like him. I don't think he's a good manager. I think his tactics are not. I mean, I think his tactics have disappeared. Like his tactics
It's
are
like
non-existent.
it's like Sunday league tactics.
Yeah, I don't like him, but I can definitely see why people would rate him. I mean, United did finish second, right? They did get to the Europa League final. I mean, for any other club but them, it's a successful season. But for them, I think it's the biggest club in England, right? And if they have a manager who's mediocre, I think it's a bust for them. And I think they need to go out to the market and find which other managers
And there is one.
are available. There's
There
one.
is a manager. A manager I
Jacob,
really
who do
like.
you have coming third?
I mean, right now my second and third are very they can change very much so. But I mean, obviously it's between Man United and Chelsea. But right now, I'm gonna have Chelsea at third. I mean, pending when Lukaku joins, if he joins. But I mean, yeah, Chelsea is such a great team. They're such a well-rounded team. Great, insane defense. But Man United getting Sancho and Varane, it's a great acquisition for Man United, and they also get Jesse Lingard, so it's going to be so good for Man United this upcoming season. But it's still not going to be enough, no matter what, because nothing's going to be enough to beat Man City.
Nothing's gonna be enough against them. Thinking
team.
about it, I think we've all found our first place, so it's easy to know who's second.
Yeah, so for me, I have United. I mean, favorite team. I'm a massive fan of United. I love every single player on that squad except for Scott McTominay. I great team, great signings. Hopefully they bring in Kamavinga. I like him a lot. Think he's a great talent. Maybe even they bring in Saul. That could help bolster their midfield. But it's not if City bring in Harry Kane and Jack Grealish, who they also are linked with. It's just not going to be fair. It's not going to be a competition.
It's also so much money that they're going to be paying Man City.
It's so much money, and it's such great players. It's game-changing players, the both of them.
Yeah, like this 160 million pounds for Harry Kane.
Yeah,
it's an unreal amount of money being injected into the club at the moment.
So, I think it's not going to be fair. It annoys the heck out of me that City are this good, and none of their players except for Phil Foden have been brought up from the youth ranks. But that's just the way it is.
That's the way it is. So for me, I said United will be third. So I've got two clubs left. Either way, I think the top three would be really close to each other. Like United could even finish third in one of my scenarios. So I'll go second. I'll put Chelsea in. Even if they would bring Romelu Lukaku and Jules Koundé, which are really good players, Manchester City are just that good that no one could go with them for the long run. Because the thing about the Premier League, it's a league about consistency, and if you won't be consistent, you won't win that league. And City are by far the most consistent team I've seen the last decade. So there's definitely almost to no competition in this league about who would finish first.
Yeah, I mean, for my second, I don't think Man United's that good. I think they're pretty trash, actually. So I'm gonna put Everton at second. No, I'm just playing. Like I said before, Man United second. I said everything I had to say before. Jadon Sancho on it, Lingard, continuing to be a great team just as they were last season and getting even better. But Man City.
That's it.
I think the reoccurring theme of this top four rankings for all three of us is Man City, and no one can beat them. Fantastic team. I hate saying it, but they're a fantastic team.
They are indeed.
Okay. Thank you everybody for listening to this episode of the Blothers podcast. I'm Gore Arieli.
I'm Jacob Shanker, and we want to say thank you to Ben for joining us on this episode. We had a lot of fun.
It's my pleasure. It was really fun for me tonight, and I'd love to do that again sometime.
Definitely.
And thank you very much for having me here. Like, it was very nice, and I appreciate that.
Of course, it was a great time. See you guys
All
next
right. See you guys.